Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com, and I want to talk about the $100,000 prop firm side hustle. But also up front, I want to just be very transparent that this is more of an attempt to reframe the way your mind works to hopefully help you out within the big picture of your day trading goals. Because if you're anything like me, you can look around social media, YouTube, wherever you look, and you can see traders posting huge prop firm payouts, and to those traders, that's awesome. Congratulations. Well done. But there's that side effect where then you can look at your payouts and just think, wow, I'm pretty terrible. Wow. Is this even worth my time? Wow. I'm just not a good trader. And that's a very dangerous spot to be in because you don't have the right perspective. And that's what I want to try to build here. Try to give you another lens to look through where you can have, what I would argue is a very grounded in reality perspective of just how quality any sort of prop firm payout you get actually is. So what you see here on the screen is a payout that I am ready to request from my prop firm, which is Take Profit Trader. And the nice thing about them is you can request daily payouts once you get to the pro account phase, which is what you see here. But the number that I want to focus on is right here, the available for withdrawal, which is $530. And we need to do one extra little step there because the way Take Profit Trader works is they do take 20%. So I get to keep 80% of that. So let's just quickly do that. 530 times 0.8. So that's $424. Now, I can assure you, well, I guess I can't assure you, but I would not be shocked if somebody makes fun of these results down in the comment section or whatever. But that also proves the point. That proves how there is this kind of departure from reality. There is this very bizarre viewpoint where when you look at it from a different angle, which is what I'm going to show you, I think anybody that would make fun of this, I'm not quite sure. I think they've been a little polluted by all these big results that they see. Again, to the people posting the big results, good job. I'm happy for them. They are crushing it, and that is a good thing. That is awesome. But like I said, to just other traders, I want to just give you another way to look at it. So again, like I mentioned earlier, you're not sitting there all discouraged by what your results actually are. But yes, $424. Some people might think, Clay, I don't know if I'd want to be posting this publicly. That's kind of weak. That's kind of embarrassing. Okay, but now let's try to look at this from a bigger picture. So, and even if we grant that these are weak, these are pitiful results. Okay, fine. Let's just go with that. These are laughable results. But let's just say that you averaged $424. Keyword there being average because not every single day is going to be a green day. But let's just say you averaged, again, what some would claim is a very laughable result, a very pitiful result. But you just averaged that. And the world of futures trading, nothing is easy because trading's not easy. But $424, again, is within the realm of reason, especially if you understand just how quickly futures can move and all that. But that's another topic. But like I said, the mere fact that some people would look at $424 and make fun of me, call me a terrible trader, call me a joke, all those sort of things, like I said, for the sake of this, I'll just embrace those claims. These are terrible results. They're very laughable. They're very embarrassing. But all right, so let's take these embarrassing results and let's add a little, let's do a little cooking here just to hopefully bring a little bit more insight. So again, you average a very laughable 424 per day. Well, there's 5 days in a week, so let's multiply that times 5. So that's $2,120 per week. Now, just to make sure that I don't kind of overbound these numbers, let's just say that there's 48 weeks in a year. Yes, I know that there's more, but you have the holidays, maybe you go on a vacation, so you're not going to trade like every single tradable day. So let's just go with 48 weeks instead of 52 weeks. So now we have to multiply this times 48 times 48. That is a little over $100,000 on the year. And prop firm trading, just trading in general, can totally just be a side hustle because trading, especially day trading and especially futures, given the way futures move, you don't need a whole lot of time. It's not like you have to sit in front of your computer for 8 hours a day. You don't, I mean, in many cases, maybe an hour at most, maybe. I'm like I said, if you trade futures, you know what I mean. You know how quick they can move and how quickly, you can generate some income. So my point here is that when I say side hustle, that is a very plausible situation because it's not like, well, yeah, but Clay, that took like 10 hours of your day. No. Not even close to anything like that. So look at this, $100,000 as a side hustle. Again, just accepting the insult and all that $424 is a joke. Why would you talk about that? That's very unimpressive. you're a terrible trader. Yet, those jokeable results, those laughable results, still, as a side hustle, could be up over $100,000. So before you look at your payout and think that you're terrible, before you don't take a payout because you're like, that's such a small payout. Let me try to go big or go home, and then you blow the account and you don't even get a payout at all. Before you play any of those mind games, because you're seeing results way bigger than this, just consider it through this perspective. If you could average this amount that you're kind of maybe discouraged by, frustrated by, take that amount and just go through this exercise. Multiply it by 5 and then multiply it by 48 and see what that comes out to. And I think there's a good chance that it'll reframe your reference point to actually be pretty appreciative of those results. Because I mean, $100,000 as a side hustle, I don't think it's too shabby. Like I said, I'm not saying that any of this is easy. That's not my claim. I'm just trying to offer you a different lens to look through so you don't get discouraged if you reach those payouts with your prop firm and then you start to play but I saw so-and-so make, I'm way more. No, be grateful. Look at things through a grounded in reality perspective, and I hope this video helps with that. If you are interested in the prop firm that I'm using, I think I mentioned earlier, Take Profit Trader. I'll put a link down below and you can go check them out. Make sure you use that link and then use code CLAY. That'll give you the current, best case promotion. And then it's also a way to support the channel, excuse me, if you want to do so. So yes, get out there, walk you through do these numbers, and don't be discouraged if you see a lower payout that others may call laughable, because here, my laughable payout, $100,000 side hustle, not too bad.